Hello everyone, I am Prankur Gupta and today we are going to understand how to take input from keyboard using Bufferedreader. Before telling you how to take input from keyboard using Bufferedreader programmatically, let us discuss how Bufferedreader works internally. Now, if we want to take input from keyboard, then we will use system.in. System.in means to take input from keyboard because keyboard is a standard input device. So that is why we are using system.in. Now first when we type any character, then it goes to the keyboard. So and keyboard converts it to the ASCII value of that character. But we need the actual character. So how we will get it? Actually we will use Inputstreamreader class which will convert this byte stream to the character stream. So that we can use these characters to use in our program. Now we need to store these characters somewhere so that we can fetch them. For that purpose we are using Bufferedreader class. Now Bufferedreader basically stores all the characters that we have entered into a buffer. We can fetch these all characters from buffer using two methods, by using read method and by using readline. Let us discuss the working of these two methods. Read function basically returns the ASCII value of a single char. Okay, so it means we can just read a single char from read method, and it will return as the ASCII value of that char instead of returning the actual character. But we can use some method to get the actual char, okay, which we have typed. Now what does readline function do? Readline function basically reads the whole buffer in the form of a string. It means whatever we have entered, like if I entered my name from keyboard Prankur Gupta, then it will return me the whole string. It will return me Prankur Gupta. Okay, now let us discuss the working of read and readline programmatically. Now here first we will read a char from user. Now here I am using these three statements. What does these three statements mean? Now import, we have already discussed in my previous lessons that import means to import any inbuilt class of Java. Here in this program I am using three inbuilt classes of Java: Bufferedreader, IOException and Inputstreamreader. So to tell the path of these classes to compiler, I have to use these three statements. This is not similar to the include of C and C++. Actually if we take an example like include stdio.h, what does that do? Actually it takes all the content of stdio.h file and it includes all the content of that file into our program. That is not a good programming practice at all. Okay, because memory is a essential resource, so we can't just pick all the items from that stdio.h file and throw them into our program. So for that purpose Java use import keyword. Import keyword actually basically just specify the path of these class. It is not including all the content of these classes into our program. Okay, so it is good. So now let us discuss how this our program works. Now here we have declared a class which we have named as readChar. Inside that class we have declared our main function and defining it. Now main function is essential for our program, because if we have not declared main function then our program will not execute, because JVM first will look for the main function for execution and we need to declare this as public static. Okay, now let us discuss the working of main function, what it is doing. Inside this main function basically I have created the object of Inputstreamreader class. Now Inputstreamreader is a class and class is a reference data type. For reference data type we know that we have to initiate them using new keyword. Okay, for that is why I have used here new keyword to give memory to Inputstreamreader. Now I am passing system.in to Inputstreamreader. What does it mean? I am telling Inputstreamreader to read the input from system.in. And what is in system.in? System.in is a keyboard. So basically I am telling keyboard to read something from whatever I have typed, and I am telling Inputstreamreader to read something from keyboard. Okay, now this Inputstreamreader I have to pass all the content of Inputstreamreader to Bufferedreader. For that purpose I have initialized Bufferedreader class and passing the object of Inputstreamreader to Bufferedreader. Okay, now we have done with, now all our content is present in Bufferedreader. Now we need to read the content from Bufferedreader. For that purpose, I am just showing the message on the screen to the user to enter a char, as we can see in the output, to enter a char. Now to read the data from user, we need to use br.read method if we are just pressing enter. Now if I just enter a char, then br.read will return me the sky value. Now we need the actual character. Okay, for that purpose I am using typecasting here, explicit typecasting, which means that because char is a shorter data type than int, so if I am trying to convert int to char, then I need to do explicit typecasting. If you don't know what I am saying, then just go back and see my typecasting video. Okay, now we just need to show this output on the screen. For that purpose I am using system.out.println, and you entered C. C means the character that I have entered through keyboard. Now how does our program knows that system.out has to print something on monitor? Because monitor is a standard output device, as keyboard is a standard input device. Similarly, monitor is a standard output device, so it knows that system.out means it has to throw this whatever we have entered in the statement to the monitor. Okay, you can see in the output also. First, when we run this program, it will give us a message to enter a char. When we will press W, then and after that when we press enter, it will show us the message you entered W. Okay, this is the way to read a char from keyboard. Now let us see how to read a string from user. Now before telling you how to read a string from user, let me tell you that I have not covered the topic of strings. Okay, so this is a big topic, so I have to cover it in a later lesson. So I will make a separate video for strings. For now purpose, you just keep in mind that we can declare a string like this. Okay, so let us discuss. First, in this main function I have declared Inputstreamreader class and initialize it, and in next statement I have initialized Bufferedreader, and in next statement I have just giving a message to user to enter a string. Now to read a string, I have already told you whatever I am entering. I mean, to read a single char we can use br.read, but to read a complete string we can use br.readline, and it will give me the instance of a string. So I have just passed it to a string object, and I have just print the output on the screen using system.out.println. Now I forgot one thing. What does it mean throws IO exception? It is telling us that if there is some mishappening when we are inputting something from keyboard, then to throw an exception. That is why we are using throws IO exception. If you are not getting what I am saying, then we will cover it when I will make my lesson on exception handling. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now we have read a string from user, a character from user. Now one more thing that we have left, that is a number from user. How to read a number from user? Let us discuss that. Okay, first let us you can see the output here. When we run this program, there will be a message to enter a string. After that, when we enter hello world and press enter, the output will be shown as you entered hello world. Okay, now let us see how to read a number from user. Now we can read a number from user, but using br.readline. But I have not discussed how to typecast a string. Even I have not even covered the topic of string. So don't worry about that. I will cover the topic of string in my separate video, and I will be covering all the concepts of strings. So for now concern, you just have to remember one thing, that we can convert a string to an integer using this statement. Okay, just keep in mind that. Now let us see. First I have initiate an Inputstreamreader, and then in next statement I have initiate Bufferedreader, and after that I have just giving a message to user to enter a number. And in next statement, what does it mean? br.readline is basically reading a string from user. Now I need number. For that purpose I am converting this string to a number using integer.parseInt. What does integer.parseInt do? It will read a string from user and convert it to a number, and I have stored this number to an integer, which is int a, and I am just showing it on the monitor using system.out.println and you entered A. Now you can see in the output also that first I will show a message to a user, enter a number, and then in next line I have just entered number 40, and after pressing enter I will see this output, you entered 40. Now guys, this is all about Bufferedreader, how to read an input from keyboard using Bufferedreader. Guys, I hope you like my video. If you like it, then don't forget to follow and share this video. This is my Unacademy profile link. You can go there and follow me from there. Thank you guys.